Welcome to Rack of the Week 185. I always say I'm going to try and make it a quick one. I think this one might really be a quick one, so let's get into it. Yeah, real quick, I want to thank my YouTube and Patreon supporters, my newest members, Tony and Ernie, and my $7 a month supporters, Rick, Tom, Brian, Chris, James, Fred, Leroy, Christopher, Richard. Really been getting an earful lately on my Patreon and YouTube vlog or blog pages. Yeah, thanks for your orders of the Ghost Aimer and the Bridgemate products. I'm keeping up with the Ghost Mates because I can make them right here on my laser cutter. You guys keep buying up all my Bridgemates, but I've got a big order coming in this week, so everything will get shipped this week. And I do still have a good quantity of the Bridgemate Plus and stuff. So go ahead and place your orders. I'll get those shipped out right away. Thank you. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Let's get into this rack. As you can see, I'm stretched way out over the table, but I'm 6'5", and I'm going to do this one just with my cue with the extension on it. I've done this in the past with a longer extension and the Bridgemate. I made a short video about it, and that works excellent also. So I've kind of a shallow angle. Brake ball's really close to the rack. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. So I'm trying to stun this to the side rail. You're gauging how low to hit the cue ball. I don't want to draw it up table. And in this case, I went to the side rail and spun around the bottom, which usually is more productive or brings you a shot at a ball below the bottom of the rack. But I didn't hit it really hard, kind of a glancing blow, and so I didn't get very many balls open. And actually, I don't have a straightforward shot, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm looking at caroming the 10 ball off from this 3 in the corner pocket. Low percentage shot, especially from this angle, but it can go. The problem is the 3 ball is not going to do any damage. It's going to go up table. So now I guess I could come down here and play position for the 8. So that's a possibility. There isn't a great safety option. So even in tournament play, I mean, sure, you could find a place to not leave a direct shot. It'd be pretty tricky. And I decide pretty quickly to go for this bank shot. So I'll pause this for a second. You got to evaluate your options. If you play a successful safety here, your opponent's probably going to have a return safe. But the problem is it's hard to play a successful safety. Let's say you hit the 8 ball full and you try to just bank the 8 ball up here and put the cue ball on the bottom rail. You have a really small window to work with, because if the cue ball comes over here, they have a shot on the 2. If you don't get the cue ball over far enough, they have a shot on the 15 up in the corner if the 8 ball doesn't block it. They have, the 8 ball might hit the 15 and then open up a path for the 4 ball to go. You're always going to leave a bank shot on this 12 ball in the side pocket. So what I'm saying is you're balancing, you're weighing the percentages of safety versus the aggressive option. Same thing comes up in 9 ball and 10 ball all the time. You always have a safety shot, and maybe pocketing the ball is tricky, but you're evaluating it. Even if you play safe, that doesn't mean that you're going to get a shot. Your opponent can kick safe back. So you're weighing the percentages, and that's going to be different for different players, and how it's going to be different for the same player depending on how you feel at that moment in that rack. So I think even during a tournament play, I would go for this bank shot, because I think the 8 ball bank has a better future, and it's not that difficult of a bank shot. You're just aiming the 8 ball straight into the rail is where you start aiming. And then I'm trying to get my pen out. You aim the 8 ball straight into the rail, and then you just turn it just a little bit, and that's all it takes to get it to go into the pocket. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about during this rack of the week. I'm looking at this pack shot. So why am I looking at this shot? It's the same thing. You're evaluating your percentages. 2 ball, I have a cut shot on the 2 ball. It's really thin, and it doesn't bring the cue ball to any better position than it is now. So that's not a good shot. You have a shot on the 5 ball, and a lot of people are going to opt for the 5 ball because the cue ball's going into the rack and you can open them up. The 5 ball's a long, difficult shot. The 10 ball's an easier shot, but if you just shoot the 10 and shoot a stop shot, you don't have a follow-up except for the 2 ball, which leads to what? And then that's a difficult shot. What I'm trying to get at is, so if you're going to shoot the 10 ball, is that the 10 or that's the 12 ball? If you shoot the 12, now you've got to draw the cue ball back either far enough to get an angle on the 5, and you already have that, or draw it back far enough to get an angle on the 2 to then bounce out center table for the 5. So that's a lot of work. Both the 5 and the 10 ball, given that you have to draw it back, are what I characterize as missable shots, right? If the cue ball's here, then you're going to shoot the 10 because it's not a missable shot, even drawing the cue ball back. You can cheat the pocket and draw the cue ball back with accuracy to give yourself a shorter shot on this 5 ball, or to give yourself the right angle on the 2 to come over. It's no longer missable. If the cue ball, try to draw a line with 5, if the cue ball's right here, you shoot the 5 ball because you're not going to miss the 5, and you have good control to get a nice follow stroke and go into the balls and open the balls. But from where the cue ball is, each of those shots are missable. Now, if you don't have a pack shot, then you just got to pull up your britches and shoot one of them. But I'm looking at this pack shot. The 9-3 is not wired. It's close. I've got to cut the 15 to this side so that I'm cutting the 9 ball this way just a little bit, so that goes. That's a higher percentage pocketing of the ball than either or the 5 or the 12 as I've described them. That's how you make your decisions. Now, normally, as you know, I hate combinations, and I hate pack shots for the same reasons, because all pack shots are combinations. There's just more balls involved. You can have 4, 5, 6 balls involved in the shot. All you're concerned with is the last 2 balls and how the 3rd ball away from the ball you're trying to pocket is going to hit that. So in this case, that's a higher percentage shot, and I can control the cue ball. So I'm cutting the 13 to my right. The cue ball is going to go to the left, just center ball. Now, maybe I'm a little fortunate that I didn't scratch, but just let the cue ball go through the balls. You're probably not going to scratch. You're going to open up balls. That was the high percentage play. That's how you go about making that decision. Now, from here, it's just easy. Well, as easy as it can be. I've got 2 break balls here and here. I'm choosing to shoot the 10. I don't have to. I don't want to hit the 4 going into the pocket. I think I have a window on the 4, but from the 4, the cue ball is going this way, and yeah, you're probably going to get a shot, but it's a little bit more questionable. I like shooting the 10. I'm going to run into the 14 and 1, I believe. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 14-1. So this isn't spectacular, but I was never going to not have a shot. So you saw me wave my cue right there. I just looked at the 2 ball leads automatically to the 1. So that's my end pattern, and this is my break shot. So all I'm doing now is shooting, rolling forward to get the 14 out of the way. I'm going to have a shot on the 13 and the 5, but I'm probably going to shoot the 4 next. Well, let me get out of the way and mention why that is. I've talked about whenever you have a break ball, you want to get rid of the balls that are between the break ball and the pocket. So I need to get rid of these 2 balls. I don't like either one of them. They don't help in your end pattern. So since I have a shot on the 4 ball right now, that's the play. You could shoot a stop shot and shoot the 12 back up this way, but there's no reason to do that. So I've already identified my end pattern. It's going to be 2-1. I need to get rid of these balls that are in the quadrant below my break shot. So I'm just going to shoot the 2 ball and go off the bottom rail and come back here. The reason why is the 7 and the 11 are kind of clustered near my break shot. You want to clear out your break shot. And I don't need to go at them from this side because of the 12 ball. The 12 ball sets me up for the 7. The only thing you want to be careful of is you don't want your cue ball below the shot line of the 7 because then you're running into the 11. So I want to make sure that I stay straight in or above the shot line to the 7, but I don't want to get blocked behind the 15. So you need to practice this shot so you can control that cue ball straight off the rail like that. And now I think I have an angle to just come to the bottom rail and up. I'm going to have a shot on the 11 back this way, or if I pass the 13, the 5, or hit the 5, like that, I've got a shot on the 13. So I can go either way. Let me pause right here. This is a real interesting one. A lot of people are going to look at this 13 as an easy shot, and then they're going to bounce out here, get on the 5, and then here on the 11, and then you can go 2 rails on the 11 or 1 rail on the 11 to get up on your shot on the 2 ball. Well, that's a lot of cue ball travel. You need to start to recognize these 3 ball patterns. I talk about that a lot. Watch this. Stop shot, or just roll forward a little, and then you're on 13. How much did my cue ball move to do that? So that's the type of thing you want to kind of be aware of and be looking for. These three ball patterns where one just leads right to the next, to the next, to the next. Anytime your cue ball is not touching a rail, you have less cue ball movement. It's a little bit counterintuitive because proper pool is played, especially 9-ball, 10-ball. It's played by using your rails. Not as much in straight pool, at least not in the end pattern like this. Now here, I messed this up. Here's the shot line to the 2. You want the cue ball on the shot line or above it because you want to be able to bounce the cue ball. Here's where you want to bounce the cue ball off the rail so that you can get the cue ball on the proper line for the 1 ball to get on your break shot. And I didn't do that. That's why you see me I'm a little frustrated here. So now I've got to go 2 rails out of this corner. What always happens is you hit it too hard, you end up with this angle on the 1, so you're just completely out of line. So I want to make sure that I don't hit it too hard to get it nice and deep in the corner so that I don't come too far, and I really don't come too far. And I actually turn out okay because I can hold the cue ball for the 1 in the corner, and then I've got my break shot. So messed up my end pattern there a little bit, got away with one, but I hope you understand or enjoy the little bit of a conversation about how to decide which difficult shot to go for when you're faced with a situation where you've got to go for something. So now I'm a little bit farther away from my break ball than I would like, but this is a really routine standard shot. Low break ball, really good angle. I'm going to hit the 3 ball. I just want to drive the cue ball to the bottom rail. And in this case, I'm not trying to come 2 rails out. I'm using right English, I believe. I just want to come straight back up, and the cue ball, in this case, double kisses a ball and never gets to the rail. Sometimes you're going to double kiss that ball and scratch. Well, it can happen. But this time, it didn't happen. I didn't scratch, and I was a little bit unfortunate. I like the fact that I opened the balls gently, but if you notice, all the balls are on this side of the table. That's going to happen when you don't hit it hard enough to get the balls rebounding off this side rail and off the bottom rail. But I do have a shot of 7 in the side, and so this run continues. Okay, that's it. Quick and short, hopefully. That's Rack of the Week this week. Thank you for watching. If you're going to play straight pool, play it straight. See you next week on Rack of the Week. Thanks. Bye.